Alright, so this is the just do it or warm up that Caroline and I came up with for this lesson. What we really wanted to get at with this warm up is to, number one, pique the students' interest in what we're going to talk about today. So, um, really get them thinking, get their minds in the right historical time frame, and get them thinking ahead what we're going to be learning about that day. Um, and there you can hear me kind of clarifying, giving some extra directions that may not have been on the board. But another thing we really wanted to get at with this video was to get the students to relate the content to their own lives, because I really think that's important in helping them to really relate with the content. So as they think about this, they're putting themselves in these people's shoes. So they're coming home to a ruined home after the Civil War. Um, they don't have anything left, and they have to decide, well, do I want to pick up and move out west? A lot of people are doing it. It looks like it would be a good deal. Land's cheap. Or do I want to stay here and try to rebuild? Stay here where I've always lived, where my family lives, and try to rebuild. So, like I said, the two main things that we wanted out of this warm up were to get the kids to relate to the content of the day, and to get them to get them in the right mindset for the day. So if I skip forward a little bit, I want to listen to the kids talk, or the students say kind of why they chose what they chose. So we had a resounding yes for I would go. We only had one student say I would stay in Virginia and try to rebuild. So here's their answers.
Yes, because even though there's like danger and the unknown, like nothing's right now for you, and it's like there's a chance for like prosperity and like kind of being a first, like you're kind of first. Yeah, like adventure, discovery, wealth, better life, kind of leaving the past behind.
Alright, so the reason we wanted to have the kids say their answers out loud, well, they're our peers, but they're the kids for the lesson. So the reason we wanted to have them talk about why they chose what they chose is so that the other students could see how their peers were thinking, and to get some examples out like on the table that maybe those kids didn't think about. So Allie gave a really good answer here that covered a lot of different things. And so that probably helped out the other students who maybe thought they would go but were struggling to come up with some examples for why. And so, like we said, Terry was the only one that decided he would stay. So we're going to listen to why he decided to stay.
Let us know why.
All right. And like Terry says, he decided to stay because he wanted to rebuild his home. And then you can see where I clarified and just said that maybe that would be out of a connection to place, like that's where he's from, and that's what he knows, and that's where he wants to stay. So that seeing both sides, a yes and a no answer, would really help the kids to see like why people in westward expansion would decide to maybe go west, or some of them would decide to stay.